Did you know your brain is lying to you right now? Not just occasionally, but every single day. And the most dangerous part? You almost always believe it. Before you can master other people's behavior, you first have to understand your own brain and the sneaky ways it distorts reality. Most of us believe our thoughts are reliable. You see something, you think about it, and you assume your interpretation is accurate. But psychological research shows something deeply unsettling. Your mind is constantly editing the world around you. It is not doing this maliciously or intentionally. It does it systematically without you knowing. Listen carefully, your brain is not designed to show you the absolute truth. Your brain is designed to help you survive, and that means making decisions quickly. So, to be fast, it often has to sacrifice accuracy. This is why even the most intelligent people make irrational decisions. Our brains rely on mental shortcuts, known in psychology as cognitive biases. What does these biases do to our brain? It twists our perception, distort our memories, and cloud our judgment. Today, we are going to expose 7 of the most dangerous cognitive biases. We will divide this lesson into 2 chapters for clarity purpose. Let's begin with Chapter 1, the invisible distortions. The first we will discuss in this chapter is confirmation bias. Your brain absolutely loves being right. So, when you already believe something, your mind quietly goes to work, searching for any piece of information that confirms that belief, while conveniently ignoring everything that contradicts the belief. Have you ever been in an argument and felt more and more certain you were right as you watched the other person get frustrated? It feels like all the facts are on your side. But what if I told you your brain is actually filtering reality just to keep you feeling comfortable? Confirmation bias is the tendency to search for, interpret, and remember information in a way that confirms what we already think. This is not just a simple difference of opinion. It is a neurological shortcut that turns your brain into a personal echo chamber. If someone believes they are unlucky, they will notice every single bad thing that happens against them, because their brain will quietly delete all the evidence of their good fortune. Over time, this creates a self-reinforcing illusion. You think you are seeing reality, but you are actually seeing a custom, filtered version of it. So why does our brain do this? Because being wrong hurts. Literally. When we encounter information that contradicts our core beliefs, the amygdala, which is the brain's fear center, get lighted up. That is why our brain treats a common challenge to our ideas, the same way it treats a physical threat to our life. To protect us, our brain uses 3 main tactics. 1. A biased search. You only Google things that prove you are right. For example, searching, why coffee is a miracle drug, instead of searching, what is the side effects of caffeine? Because you do not want anything that will make you stop drinking caffeine. 2. Biased memory. You conveniently forget all the times you were proven wrong. But remember with perfect clarity every single moment you were right. In education and personal growth, this bias is a silent killer. Students might stop trying in maths because they believe they are not a maths person. They end up only noticing the questions they get wrong while ignoring the ones they get right. Teachers might subconsciously label a student as difficult and only see their outbursts, completely missing the moments they are actually trying to engage. When we only look for what we already know, we stop learning anything new. So how do we fight a battle against our own biology? You have to practice what I call scientific humility. First, try the anti-Google test. Next time you are absolutely sure about something, intentionally search for the strongest arguments against it. Second, seek disconfirmation. Instead of asking, who agrees with me? Ask who disagrees with me. When you feel that heat rising in your chest during a debate against your belief, recognize that as not the feeling of truth, that is your bias trying to protect your ego. The goal of education is not to always be right. The goal is to get you closer to the truth, and the truth doesn't care about your ego. Next, we have the spotlight illusion. This is the feeling that everyone is watching you. You spill a drink in public and your cheeks burn with embarrassment. Your brain screams, everyone saw that. But here's the reality. Most people were completely lost in their own thoughts. This cognitive bias, where we overestimate how much others notice our appearance or mistakes, is called the spotlight effect. It's a major source of unnecessary social anxiety and insecurity. Let's break this down. In a famous study, students were asked to wear an embarrassing t-shirt into a room full of their peers. The students wearing the shirt guessed that about 50% of the people in the room noticed it. The actual number? Only 25%. This happens because of something called egocentric anchoring. We are the center of our own universe, being aware of our every flaw and moment of panic. Based on that, we anchor our perception of reality to that internal state, forgetting that everyone else is the main character in their own movie. They are not staring at the stain on your shirt. They are worried about their own problems. In a learning environment, the spotlight effect is a silent wall. This is why adults refuse to try a new skill, terrified of looking like a beginner. We trade personal growth for a false sense of safety. So how do we turn off this imaginary spotlight? Use the 10-10 rule. Ask yourself, will this embarrassment matter in 10 minutes, in 10 months, and in 10 years? Probably not. Then we don't need to give it your energy. The world is not watching you under a microscope. They are all too busy looking in their own mirrors. So take the risk. Ask the question. Realize that the spotlight is not real and stop acting like you are on stage. The third bias is the memory trap. People trust their memories as if they were high-definition recordings, but memory is not a recording device. It is a story that gets rewritten every time you tell it. Psychologists call this phenomenon false memory. Every single time you recall an event, your brain slightly changes it. Over the years, significant events can transform dramatically in your mind. People can even develop vivid memories of things that never actually happened. This means that sometimes your strongest and most certain memory is actually just your brain's best guess. Number 4 is the halo illusion. Your brain loves simple shortcuts. If someone is attractive, confident, or successful, your mind automatically assumes they are also intelligent, kind, and trustworthy. This is the halo effect. One positive trait spreads like a halo, illuminating everything else about that person. This bias quietly influences major decisions in our lives, hiring decisions, political elections, relationships, and even criminal trials. Your brain is silently filling in the blanks about people without any real evidence. Now we are diving into the second chapter, and arguably the most sensitive aspect of this video, the mind's most dangerous tricks. Make sure you watch until the end, because here we'll reveal how these distortions become even more subtle, influencing your major life decisions, your career, your relationships, your finances, and your personal confidence. And number 5 is the sunk cost fallacy. Imagine you have spent years on something that clearly is not working. A bad relationship, a failing business, a career you have come to hate. Logically, the best choice might be to stop and cut your losses. But so many people refuse. Why? Because the brain hates losing what it has already invested. The more time, money, or energy you pour into something, the harder it becomes to walk away, even when walking away is the smartest possible decision. This is because your brain is chained to your past investment, not your future potential. Next, the Dunning-Kruger illusion. Have you ever noticed that some of the least skilled people often appear the most confident? This strange but common pattern is called the Dunning-Kruger effect. When people lack knowledge in a particular area, they also lack the self-awareness to recognize their own mistakes and incompetence. Ironically, the more someone truly understands a subject, the more cautious and humble they tend to become. They can see just how complex the topic really is. This is the ultimate proof that confidence is not always competence. And finally, number 7, negativity bias. Your brain evolved in dangerous environments. Thousands of years ago, ignoring a single threat could mean death, while ignoring a positive opportunity was far less costly. So, the brain developed a powerful bias. It gives much more weight and attention to negative experiences than to positive ones. One single criticism can easily outweigh 10 compliments. One bad memory can overshadow years of happy moments. This bias once protected our ancestors and ensured human survival. But in the modern world, it often just creates unnecessary stress, anxiety, and pessimism, holding us back from happiness. Your brain is an extraordinary tool. but it is not perfect. It constantly edits reality through shortcuts, assumptions, and distortions. But understanding these mental traps does something incredibly powerful. It gives you psychological awareness. It puts you ahead of the curve. And awareness is always the first step toward mental mastery. Because the moment you recognize a bias in action, you begin to regain control over your own thinking. If you found this psychological breakdown valuable, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel for more content that helps you understand yourself, and share your thoughts in the comments below. I would love to hear about a time you realized you were dead wrong about something. Let us normalize being wrong so we can all get smarter together. Because the more you understand your mind, the harder it becomes for it to deceive you. Thanks for watching.